Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is Mike, and this is the Variety Show. And today we are going to review another throwback wrestling pay per view. Today we are reviewing No Way Out 2000. And joining me today is my dad as we talk about this pretty good pay per view. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about the matches, talk about what we like, what we dislike. Should it went this way or should it went that way? And also the time in 2000. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, like it, give it this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. What's up, Dad?
What up, man? You alright?
Yeah, let's talk about just 2000, just the year 2000. What were you doing in 2000?
You be asking the strangest questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask it every time when we do like a throwback pay per view.
2000. So working. Uh, just had you.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
2 months previously.
Just had you. So adjusting to being a dad. So yeah, man, that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, and it's crazy because
What was you doing?
probably drinking some formula. Probably drinking some formula, and one of
Crying
y'all.
like a little brat. Crying,
Oh,
crying, crying, crying.
from all the stories they said about from everybody said about me, I was a pretty chill baby.
Man, people always tell you what you want to hear. You know
Well,
me. I'm gonna tell you straight to your face. You was crying, man. Come on, man. Let's go ahead and go with the show, bro.
okay, so this show was live in Hartford, Connecticut, at the Harvard Civic Center, February 27, 2000. This it was over 12. It was 12,551 fans in attendance, and this match was heavily booked around the main event between Triple H and Mick Foley, but he was going by the persona Cactus Jack. And previously at the Royal Rumble, they just had their street fight. So this match was booked to be Mick Foley's last match. But as me and you both know, we'll see Mick Foley probably a couple of more times down the road.
I mean, what I found was strange, man. Like, couple things. Dude was 35 years old.
Yeah, you thought he was
Dude
older?
looked like he was 55. I'm saying real talk. When they said that, they said, yeah, Mick Foley, 35. I said, bull crap. That dude looked 55 for real. And then by having so many characters, you get the king kind of got mixed up because he was like, yeah, Cactus Jack. So I mean having all those characters, you know what I'm saying, could kind of confuse people sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. So, let's get right into the match. So the first match was Kurt Angle versus Chris Jericho. This was both of them. This was their rookie year. Kurt Angle's rookie year, as in the business. This is actually his very first year in the wrestling business, while this is Chris Jericho first year in the WWE. And the match was okay. It was a false finish. But
You ain't
I
gonna
think
get China no love.
man, I didn't even know I forgot all about China. But
Yeah, I that was like when I seen it, like maybe I didn't realize. Like I thought she was with DX. Like what happened? Like
during this time they broken up. But if you want to go down the DX route, DX was pretty much nobody really cared about DX during this time. They little gimmick has became played out. Yeah, you can see just by the whole year of 2000, even in 99, I guess they time was probably 96, 97. and then it eventually died down. But yeah, China was in this. This is when they was booking China to be like a lot. She had a lot of backstage heat because she was still dating Triple H during this time, and um Chris Jericho had some heat because it was a match. Chris Jericho went against China, and Chris Jericho was like kind of hit her hard, and she complained, and Chris Jericho got in trouble, which is funny because China was hitting the dudes like super hard. That's why a lot of people didn't want to fight China, and also the women. China said she didn't want to fight the women. Period. She wasn't. She only wanted to fight the man during this time, and you will see if you keep watching during 2001 and 2001. You definitely gonna tell when Triple H had was starting messing with Stephanie, and China literally left TV. So yeah, that's the whole career of China in a nutshell.
Mm.
So what you think about Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle?
Like you already know me, I hate both of them. Can't stand both of them. Like I dislike both of them. Like why? I don't know. It's just something about them too. I just I don't like. So for me, I was just like, all right, whatever. But it was a decent match. They both are technical wrestlers, so I mean, it did have some couple botches where Jericho tried to do the backflip out there, which I laughed, and I think I text you like,
Yeah,
aha. I had
and
one of
then
those aha moments. Like so,
Jerry the King Lawyer tried to play it off like he kicked him.
right? Like I mean, it was okay. I mean, your boy Kurt Angle just celebrated the whole entire night with the fans, which I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty dope. Once he won, he was just out there celebrating with the fans, or it appeared to be celebrating with the fans. I'm not sure if that was true or not, but overall, I mean, it was a technical fight. That's what you're gonna expect from them two. But other than that, since I don't like them, like they ain't gonna get too much from me.
Well, Chris Jericho did not have a like his first, I would say, 2 to 3 years in WWE weren't the best. He eventually picked it up with his feud against Shawn Michaels, then with Christian. Chris Jericho definitely got better in the WWE. His WCW work was was better, and like eventually Chris Jericho pretty much stepped up the game, as with Kurt Angle. I don't know if we talked about Kurt Angle previously, but we eventually going to talk more about Kurt Angle when he end up when we pick a show where and where he's more relevant. But right now, yeah. So the next match was the Dudley Boyz versus the New Age Outlaws.
Oh, you didn't know? Man, I don't know. I just like that whole DX era, man. Like I enjoyed that whole era, like with them, with Triple H, Shawn Michael, Road Dogg, X Pac, Billy Gunn. Like I just thought that was probably like one of the dopest gimmicks uh of that era. So I mean, soon as they come out, like you can't help but to go along with what they saying. I mean, two words for you, suck it. I mean, that was classic.
Yeah. So this match was, I guess it was just a filler match. I didn't necessarily care too much about this match. Only thing that really happened in this match was the Dudley Boys did win, and you can see it's like friction between Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. So what I do remember is that Road Dogg eventually turned on Billy Gunn.
Yeah. I mean
So
that whole like DX just wind up just being Shawn Michaels and Triple H at the end. You know what I'm saying? So like you even see Xbox later on, single man fighter, and then everybody just split up. So um I like the Dudley Boys as well. Uh I think they give out great energy. They wild as I don't know what. Like at the end of the match, when they high five, like he high fived him right in the face, like super hard. Like totally missed his hand and just right in the face. Like they just hyper for no reason.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I like their characters. I like the vibe that they bring in. Especially when you start seeing them fighting Christian and Edge and the Hardy Boys, where like those matches just go off the chain for me. Them TLC matches, but
Yeah.
overall it was a decent match. Um, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, they not your typical wrestlers, high flying, gonna wow you. So they really had to go off the energy of the Dudley Boys, in my opinion.
Okay, so the next match was Mark Henry versus Viscera, and I'm gonna let you talk about this one because you was texting me during this match.
Uh, First off, you got two big dudes, and like you really have to be super athletic. Mark Henry was like he was a lot smaller during that match, and he was just strong, man. Like just I think what's his name? Viscerous?
Viscera, rest in peace,
Yeah.
Viscera.
Yeah, Viscera had to pick Mark Henry up, but just Mark Henry jumped so high just to assist him with the slam was just like, dang, that big dude getting up. And then I don't know. I want y'all to find this match and listen to was that Jim?
That was Jim Ross.
Man, I don't know if he almost had a moment, but he said on there, uh pretty much like you're not gonna get like technical skills from these two dudes. They just too big, and he paused. Like it sounded like he was about to say something so way out in the blue. Like he caught himself because you have to play it back, man. I wonder if there's a way that you can play that clip, that little snippets in this part of the video when you edit it. Like I want them to hear like what I heard and what I thought Jim was gonna say. But the match itself, man,
It
I
wasn't
don't.
that good.
No, it wasn't. I mean, normally when you see two big dudes wrestling,
It's not good.
it's not that great. You know,
Yeah.
I don't see how old boy wrestle with all that plastic coat on, man.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I
he got it.
know he burning up in that. I know for a fact he's burning up in there, man.
He's kind
Uh,
of athletic to be his size, though. If you,
Man, still, when you got that plastic and all that leather on, dude, come on. I know he's fire underneath that joint. For real, for real.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Later in his career, he went on as Big Daddy V, and he was hardly wearing anything.
man, look, I'm telling you. Dude, hey, man. Then you got old girl coming out at the end. You know, that's supposed to be Mark Henry's baby mama. Wasn't they trying to portray that she was pregnant or something?
Oh yeah, 75-year-old woman.
I don't. Something wrong with Vince, man. Like
Yeah,
something be wrong with him. Like who would think of? Hey, let me let this big black dude get this old white lady pregnant. Like,
Yep.
come on, man.
You know
Vince, what's wrong
what
with Vince? What's
they
wrong with Vince, man?
you saw what happened. I don't know if you remember, but when she gave birth to a chicken, like a hen.
Man, I don't think I ever seen that, but
Oh my
like
god! I think that was that Survivor series. I believe so. If I might be wrong, I
I
might.
don't understand Vince concept for real. Like it was just like, can you imagine like Mark Henry? What'd you say, Vince? You want me to do what?
Well, here's the thing about Mark Henry. That's a good question. So, pretty much, Mark Henry disappeared for a while, and he eventually came back. So, pretty much, the reason why he disappeared because he told Vince, "Hey, I'm about to enter in the world's strongest man competition," and Vince was like, "Okay, okay, pal, you better win." So when Vince so when Mark Henry did eventually win, Vince McMahon was so proud of him, he gave him like a big contract. I think a 20-year contract, right?
Mm.
So um so pretty much Vince got tired of that contract. So Vince tried to do things to make him quit. Like give him bad storylines that's going to humiliate him, and also it's this one story I think around 0405 where somebody like gave Mark Henry like someone took a dump on a sandwich and gave it to Mark Henry and he ate it, man, and he no sold it though.
Mm.
That's a legitimate story, man. Like you probably could find shoot interviews about that.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
that's straight up
so
doing it for the money.
yeah, and
That
20-year
must been
contract.
one hell of a contract.
Oh yeah, most definitely because I would have quit. But from what I hear, that contract was pretty big.
Mm.
So we talked about this match way too much. So the next match, Edge and Christian versus the first of all, Mark Henry won. So next match, Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys. I thought this was a really great match.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Hardy Boys and Christian and Edge. Like throughout the career, them two, they always gonna give you a good show. Um, it was shocking though. Tori, wasn't that Tori?
Yep.
Yeah, Tori. Like, what was her deal? Like, you might know a little bit more about why she did what she did, but it was weird. Um, I don't know. I think the Hardy Boys probably would have took that match if it wasn't interference. I mean, I don't know. What you think?
Yeah, so pretty much the story that like so a lot of fans that's probably just younger fans that's probably just watching wrestling and they watch this match, they're like, "Oh, why isn't Lita managing them?" And the reason why is because Lita will come sooner, like late 2001. Lita will come in 2000. No, she will actually come in SummerSlam because that's when they had the TLC two match, TLC three match. So pretty much in '99 it was a tournament called TIT, like literally Terry Invitational Tournament. And whoever won, whatever team wins that tournament, Terry gets to manage them. The Hardys won in the finale match between Edge and Christian versus the Hardys in like the first ever tag team ladder match. So so Terry always been managing them. She wasn't their first manager, but she was their first female manager. And eventually, which on this show she eventually turned on them. And really, they never gave an explanation why. She just turned and went with Edge and Christian.
Mm.
And then she went with Perry Saturn. So yeah, I thought this was a great match. The match went 15 minutes long, and yeah. So the next match, which a very short match, only went a minute and 23 seconds. Prince Albert versus wait no Taz versus the Big Boss Man with Prince Albert. So this match ended in disqualification. Who cares about this match? Taz definitely had a horrible run in WWE.
Man, I did like the shot to the head with the nightstick though.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely brutal. But I don't understand why. I think I do understand why Taz didn't have a good career in WWE because in ECW Taz was the man. He was the man. He was pretty much always the main eventer in ECW. But for some reason, when he got to WWE, you see how smaller he looks because WWE is the land of the giants. You know, Vince like them big guys. So Taz was buried once he got to ECW. His first match, which was good, but then after that, he was just thrown into goofy match like hardcore matches and stuff like that. So
But
yeah,
I don't even think that he's a good wrestler though, in my opinion.
well, you probably haven't watched some of his old ECW work, like him versus Bam Bam Bigelow, him versus Sabu. He had some very great matches when he in his younger days in ECW. And I did throw some ECW shows in the Tumblr, so we might review one of those. Never know. But yeah, you ready to move on to the next match?
Let's go.
X Pac with Tori versus Kane. No holds barred.
I mean, Kane. I mean, you already knew what it was gonna be, but Kane, a giant. Like no way that Xbox supposed to even be able to compete with him. Um, Again, another love storyline. Um, Seemed like we had two love storylines in this pay per view. I didn't really care for this match. You know, to me, they just don't work well together. You know, it's just I don't know. I didn't care for it. Um, I didn't care for the storyline. I think they just tried to play Kane. You know, you hear King say, "Man, who in the heck want to even be with Kane?" You know. So I mean,
Man,
it was just it was horrible for me.
the storyline to this pay per view was even worse. So pretty much like this is one thing that they did wrong about Kang, and me and you we can talk about this in a separate video, but they tried to humanize Kang, and I think that's one of the worst decisions that they did because and perfect example was this storyline. So with this storyline, X Pac and Kane were best friends, and you know X Pac eventually betrayed Kane, and X Pac Kane had a crush on that girl Tori, and X Pac played him pretty much saying like when you know house you know the story Kane house caught on fire, that's why his face is
Right, you
burnt.
don't. Right.
So pretty much, man, X Pac kept saying like his penis was like burnt. I'm not even joking. That was the storyline, man. It was awful, man. Awful.
They did
But
show clips where X Pac had the little torch gun and almost torch Kane face. You
yeah,
know, and I think they said that Kane is kind of scared of fires,
yeah.
things of that nature. But ironically, his entrance got the biggest blast of fire ever. Like, go figure
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like WWE logic. So the next match was Too Cool, Scotty Too Hottie, and Grandmaster Sexay versus Rakishi versus the Radicals, Chris Benoit, the Murderer, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn. What you think about this match?
I mean, I had almost forgot about Scotty Too Hottie and the other dude where they do all the little dance moves and they got Rikishi to do the dance at the end of the match and the worm and all that stuff. Uh it was a real good action packed match. Um I really I really would like to know, do you get paid extra for letting Rikishi stick his butt in your face? Like for real. Like
uh,
who would want that done to you? Like,
well, that ain't the worst thing that happened to Chris Benoit.
but I'm saying, like, do you go into a match and say, yeah, you're gonna be going against Rikishi and he's gonna do his move on you, and that's $100,000 extra for that? Like, come on, man. Like, I just can't see sitting in the corner and letting this dude like rub his whole behind in your face.
Vince
Like,
took it.
and then did you see the cast that Rikishi had? What
Yeah.
kind of cast was that? I'm
Uh,
dog. That was the dude. That cast was like the biggest cast I ever seen in my life. Like it. Then it looked like it had a towel coming from around it and stuff. Like I
I
don't
have
know, man.
no idea.
But I mean, Rikishi definitely talented. For a big guy, he definitely had moves. Um, I mean, it was a good action match. Entertaining. Um, yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, he could sure lift up that leg when he do that little kick. So I'm about to blow your mind right now. Grandmaster Sexay, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who his father is?
Who?
Jerry the King Lawyer.
For real?
Yes.
Wow. Dude with the do rag, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Jerry the King
Man.
Lawyer never acknowledged him, man.
Like, is that on
Ain't never-
purpose or?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, that's Jerry's son.
Mm. Probably
But
for all the woman that he probably was trying to get with.
yeah, younger women. All right, let's talk about the Big Show versus The Rock.
Mr. Overseller himself, The Rock.
Yep, versus the guy that cries a lot. Big Show.
Um, well, this storyline started off because Big Show felt that he was robbed um, um, with the Royal Rumble, and The Rock fully touched the ground, and Big Show was called out. So that led us with this fight. So Big Show had something to prove. He got some decent in ring and out of the ring in the crowds fights. Um, Again, Big Show took the W. Is this, maybe I'm getting it confused? Which fight was the two referees arguing and fighting?
It was this one.
It was this one.
Yep.
Okay. I I don't know why that stuck out. Maybe because I never seen two refs argue and get into it with each other, but it made sense at the end of the in the main event.
Yeah. And remember, I always told you off air that The Rock is like probably one of the most like clumsiest wrestlers ever. This whole storyline was never supposed to have been a storyline
Mm,
because here's the thing: it was the Royal Rumble finish was botched. Rock's feet did hit the floor first,
right.
legitimately. It wasn't a
Yeah, it did.
storyline. And some people, you had people in the crowd that took pictures. That's the whole reason why it became a big thing.
Mm.
It
Okay.
was not supposed to be a storyline.
So, well, now it makes sense for the whole storyline and Big Show. Like, look, slow it down. You can see his feet touch the ground. Slow it down. Like, oh, big. Uh, like, he too big to be acting so soft, man. Look,
Man,
look, look at the camera. Look at his feet. His feet touch the ground before mine. So, I mean, now it makes sense. Like, clearly you can see it happen. But um, now that you said this, it makes sense on why the Big Show won.
yeah. So pretty much, it was a nothing match, but yeah, Big Show won, and their rivalry will continue, and then Big Show again to a riot with a rivalry with Shane McMahon, which was hilarious. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? Which way did he go? Shane McMahon was very entertaining in 2000.
So
So
what was
now,
up with the look with Saint O'Mac looking at the Rock like that?
well, back then, Shane was Shane was one of Big Show guys.
Oh, okay,
So, and The Rock was feuding with Shane, so that was why.
okay.
And if we review wrestling at the next pay per view that we pull a lot of the thing, if it's WrestleMania 2000, then yeah, we gonna talk more about that. So now we get into our main event: Triple H versus Cactus Jack.
Hold on, before we go there, like I never seen a ref like go back to back. Have you?
Earl Hebner.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I like normally you would see one, and then the next match is a whole different ref, and then maybe a different one, and then like I never seen a ref go back to back, and Earl Hebner went back to back on the Rock match and the main event match. So I thought that was kind of strange too.
Yeah. So Triple H versus Cactus Jack. I thought this was a great match, not better than their no holds barred street fight at Madison Square Garden at Royal Rumble, but also a great match too. A lot of psychology. You have it was very bloody. Triple H gigged early, and then you got barbed wire. You got tables. They was the whole match pretty much was structured around inside the cage at first. Then they went through the cage, and then Mick Foley fell off top of the cage twice. He does that a lot. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so thoughts.
Like, I mean, for a guy his size, man, it is definitely unsafe for that dude to be on top because you could just see how weak the cage is when you walking up, you know, up that high, and then it's just the amount of beating that dude have taken. And like I said, I did not know dude was 35 years old. I thought he was probably one of the oldest dudes that was working um, back then. I just thought he was super old. But when I was like, dang, 35, I guess 35 in that industry is old, but age wise, no. But you definitely could see the spots where they was blatant, when Triple H went into the steel cage and fell on the ground, rolled over, and bladed himself. Actually, I think I seen him where he went his knee pad and maybe he pulled out the blade. I don't know if you caught that,
Yeah, yeah,
but I was like, oh, okay. I seen, what I'm saying? I caught that. And then, of course, you knew Cactus Jack was going to blade himself. He's just a true warrior when it comes to being in that ring. Um, overall brutal match. Anytime you have Mick, Cactus Jack, you already know it's gonna be some type of brutal match.
Yeah, most definitely. And let's say this right now. This is the official start of Triple H Hunter burying the roster. You will see this more and more as we review more pay-per-views. So what do you rank this show? Before I pull like the cards, like the next show we gonna review. What's your final thoughts and review? What do you rate the show out of 5 stars? One through 5 stars.
I definitely give it a 4.
4.
I give it a 4. Overall, good pay per view. Decent matches. Like it was just it brought back so much memory. Like Eddie Long being the ref and like his physique being a ref to him being I forgot what his title or his role was when he was just in the suits, but like he looked like an old frail man, like versus when he was refereeing. So I was like, hold on, is that Eddie Long? And I think I text you like, hey, that's Eddie Long, Andy. So I mean, it just brought back so much memories, and then seeing DX being able to kind of, you know, recite their little gimmick. It was cool. So 4 stars for me.
Okay. So yeah. I agree with you. I'm gonna give this show 4 stars. Excellent pay-per-view. Great main event. You had a pretty decent mid card. It's pretty much a variety show. You had your no holds bar. You had your work rate. You had two great tag team matches, the Hardys and Edge and Christian. Then you had the 6-man tag, which was pretty good. Yeah, I'm agree with you. 4 stars for me. So, are you ready to pull the next show? The next show we're gonna be reviewing.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, shake up this box. Get this box a good shake. And the next show we will be reviewing. The next show we're gonna be reviewing is wow. Man, guess what wrestling pay per view we're reviewing?
I don't know what is it.
Backlash '06.
Mm. What's
That's
that?
the one, huh?
What's that one?
I think I believe Backlash '06 is when I want to say that's the DX pay per view. Let me check real fast. Backlash '06. No, Backlash '06. You have that's the that Backlash '06. Oh yeah. Backlash '06 is when Vince McMahon is mocking God. Literally saying, oh, he went to church and Vince was like, okay, God, me and you have a lot in common. You created the World Wrestling Federation. You created God, you created the heavens and the earth. I created WWE. You created Adam and Eve. I created Stone Cold and The Rock. You rested on the seventh day. I don't believe in breaks. So that means I have a better work ethic than you got. He said that. He said that. Granny
No,
should review that show with us, man.
there you go.
But yeah, you had that. You have Umaga versus Ric Flair. Wow. Kane versus the Big Show. John Cena versus Edge versus Triple H. So yeah, can't wait to review it. So yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And any final thoughts, Dad?
Nah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess we doing backlash.
Yeah, Backlash 2006. Backlash is usually have great pay per views. So we gonna have fun while reviewing Backlash. And yeah, so yeah, we'll see you. We will review that show. We'll review that show soon. It's coming at you real soon. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay out, stay safe out here, and yeah, we're out. Peace.
Go.